Hello, welcome to this Qlik map series. In this one, we are talking about the Qlik geo operations. In this one, we're going to talk about the travel area. So this is a very interesting one, especially for the distribution businesses, your client coverage, customer servicing, etc., where the traveling is required and you want quick services to be done. So let's get started. I have these 5 points and I've plotted them on a map. There is somewhere around Madrid. So center operation, northern, western, eastern, and southern. Okay, so and let's get started. First, I'm gonna get we need to get this Qlik geo operations. So this is very simple. What we need to do is just go in here and create new connections, select geo operations. You don't have to do anything. You just write a name and say test connection. It's okay, and then just click on create. That's it. You don't have to do anything. You will see connection here. So I'm gonna use this one. Just click in here and select travel area from this one. Okay, so in this one, the first thing is the value. It says fixed value, or we can have a dynamic value as well. So we might want to we'll come to that later. I'm going to cover do it again as well. Okay, so I'm gonna go for 60 minutes. So it's a unit, so it's a value, it's a unit here. So maybe if it is on top, it makes more sense, but it makes sense here. We can change any unit, second, and hours, and we can also change it to the distances as well. We will cover that as well. And then the transportation mode, it can be car, bike, truck. So I'm gonna go by truck. Let's say this is our distribution hub, so I'm gonna distribute through trucks. Okay, so that's the first part, and then we tell about the data. Okay, so what data we're going to use? I'm going to use the already loaded table. The name of the table is operation. If you see that this one I have already loaded. So this was the name of the table, data operations. So I'm gonna use that operation centers, and then I'm gonna use the point. The name of the point is operation long lat. So I'm gonna use that one. Okay, and key field, I'm going to specify the key field is operation ID, and I'm going to select this one, and I'm going to insert the script. Okay, so if you don't remember the exact names, it's okay, you can change that from here as well. For example, I just want to make sure that the field I put in, they are exactly the right one. So this is the table name, so I can put the table name in here, and this is operation long and lat. This was field I'm using, so I can just put in here, and also I need to change that in here, and the point field and operation ID, and the operation ID is same, so I don't need to change anything. We're going for CRS auto, and also if you forget, if you want to change that, you can change it to car or minutes or hours. It can be changed. So without wasting any further time, let's get started. I'm loading the data. I think I already have this loaded, so I'm gonna create this layer again. So I'm gonna delete this layer, this layer as well. So it's a point layer, and in order to add the new added layer, so let's just have a look at the data. I have a near table called travel area result. I'm going to change the name of this one. I'm gonna say it's travel area 60 minute. Let's load that again. Okay, here we go. Okay, now I'm gonna select this table. Oops, what's going on? Let's just refresh the one. I think it's just the data problem, refresh problem. Okay, so now I have, okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag it, this operation ID, add it as an area layer. Okay, so here you see I have this area layer, and but if you see it's not circular or a bird area, especially if you see this one. So even it's just about the point, but still if you see it's, there's nothing on this one. Actually this is a hilly area, and if you look closely, so these are all hills, so there is no road going on, so you can just cover this area along the roads, but you cannot cover the area in between. So that is the reason we have this one around this point, it's not covered properly. Okay, so in terms of coloring, I'm going to change the coloring to single color from to dimension, so that I can see each area how it's exactly happening. And I'm also going for opacity to 65%, so that I can see overlapping components. So if you see, in 60 minutes I have some overlapping components, but there are a lot of blank areas. So maybe if you are strategizing your business center of new operation center, you might want to change the locations a little bit to cover more area. Maybe you let's say it can be, you have for northern operations you have 2 points, so you plot these 2 points and see which one covers most of the area, and using which one you will have the less blank areas, and you can have filters like option 1, option 2, etc. So you can select them and see that okay, how it will going to land you. Okay, so this is a very powerful tool if you are planning your operations in a geographical area. So I'm gonna create another map. So this one I'm gonna create using cost type as uh, distance one. So let's just get oh sorry, not the, we're gonna select travel area, and instead of minutes this time I'm going to say kilometers, and I'm gonna say 60 kilometers. And okay, let's keep car this time, and I'm gonna say load. Okay, so the table name is operations center. So operation ID, the point is Longlat, I don't remember the exact name, so let's just say Longlat. I have different options as well if my points are differently done, so I can use them as well, but I'm good for now. Okay, so just insert the script, and I'm going to name this one travel area 60 kilometer, and I need to change operation centers, this one to operation centers, and my long lat field is this one, and then operation ID, I think it's yeah, this one I need to change, and then operation ID is actually all right. Okay, there's going to be a potential problem, because you see operation ID, travel, cost unit, status, and everything is going to be same, so it might be a problem. So what we can do is I can keep the operation ID as is, but for travel area I can I can write this as well to rename. So I rename it as travel area kilometers, cost as kilometers, cost kilometer, cost unit as cost unit km, and status as status km. I can rename them in the load as well, but I'm just renaming it here. Okay, so let's see if it works or not. The idea to give you is that you can rename them after you have used the load script. From the dialog box, you can just update that to get your specific requirements. Okay, so now we have done that, and now let's see. I have another table. It's based on operation ID. It's joined on based on operation ID. I'm gonna create another map here. Okay, and this one is going to be okay, so this one is going to be from travel area, again operation ID. It's area layer, and I'm gonna use color by dimension, and I'm gonna increase the decrease the opacity to look at that. Okay, so it's somewhat similar. Maybe have we done something? Okay, let's see location. Okay, so it has used the travel area, whereas we want to use travel area in kilometers. So let's just update this one. So instead of travel area, I would say I'm gonna use travel area km. Yeah, so you see it's a little bit different now. It's a bit different. Okay, yeah, let's get the point layer here as well. So operation, so this time around I'm gonna use operation center, and let's just directly use the point layer. Okay, so here you see now this time it's a little bit different. Okay, so this one is hilly area. It's take more time to cover, but in terms of distances it's less, and you can see, you know, this area has shrunk 60 kilometers, but in terms of time it takes more time. I can cover more. So you know, this is kind of strategic planning. If you want, you're working on that, maybe I can move this center to a little bit here, or maybe this center I can move a little center to little western side to cover more areas, because it's a lot of overlapping. So this is again a point to be pondered and discussion internally how you want to use this one. So but you have seen yet that the bottom line is we can create travel areas in terms of time or in terms of distances with a different kind of parameters like car, etc., car, bicycle, pedestrian, how you want to range your services. And then we can we technically we saw that we can change after using the dialog box if there is any issue, or if we don't know the name of the field that we are using that, we can update that. Thank you very much.